It was April 6th, 2023. We all needed a break from the normal pace of work life. The four of us, Hunter, Brittany, Marcia, and I, tried to make plans for a camping excursion once every few months. We weren't quite ready for what was up next. Follow us on our escapades to Table Rock State Park. We are Swamp Fox Overland and Outdoor. What started as a normal trip started as any other trip did. Packing up the trucks, running down our checklist, and meeting up to make our drive. We had big plans. Table Rock has great hiking trails that we were all excited to explore. We had a lot to plan for. We knew there was rain in the forecast, and the temperatures were supposed to be a little chilly. We had no idea it was going to be as bad as it was. It's a bright and early morning, preparing to head on up to Table Rock State Park. Getting the truck all sorted. Finally getting some use out of this rack. Weather says it's going to be cold, so we packed the propane stove and the propane heater. Just trying to be prepared. We started the drive from Charleston about 12:30. Got a little hungry. Stopped to grab a little lunch. Chick-fil-A is still an institution. And consistent. Our path took us straight up Interstate 26 through the state to Greenville, South Carolina. Traffic has gotten really ugly through there. The roads cleared up outside of Greenville and the drive was really pretty the rest of the way. Just outside of Marietta, South Carolina. Didn't even know that existed. But it's right outside of Greenville and Travelers Rest. Headed our way to Pumpkin Town! So about 10 minutes away, and it's a really gorgeous drive. Some of the best scenery that we've seen in our 4-hour drive from Charleston. And it's so nice because it hasn't been full of traffic. So here we be making our way toward the park. But first we gotta stop at Pumpkin Town! But it's really gorgeous back here. And the roads are from out back here pretty well maintained. So there's a county park out here apparently. I'm sure they make a lot of good use of this green space. Table Rock is 12 miles. So, here we be. We've made our way up almost to Table Rock. Nice stretch to get out of here. And then there is the Pumpkin Town Mountain Opry. It is closed, but how you feel? Pumpkins? Yeah. So we'll take a quick walk up. There's a flag here. Brittany, say hey.
Hey.
Stop. Table Rock State Park is a 3,083-acre park at the edge of the Blue Ridge Mountains in northern Pickens County, South Carolina. The park includes Pinnacle Mountain, the tallest mountain totally within the state. The park features a lodge built by the Civilian Conservation Corps that includes a kitchen and a 72-seat dining room. There are 2 park lakes that accommodate seasonal swimming and hiking trails that lead to Mill Creek Falls, the Pinnacle Mountain Summit, and the Table Rock Summit. A nature center offers educational programs, and there are picnic shelters and a playground. Prior to the signing of the Hopewell Treaty of 1785, the land now encompassed by Table Rock State Park was part of the Lower Cherokee Nation. The Cherokee called the area Sakanaga, the Great Blue Hills of God. and they established many hunting camps in the area. According to folklore, Table Rock Mountain received its name from a Cherokee legend in which the flat-topped mountain served as a table from which the Great Spirit ate his meals. Cabins and camping. So we have our gate code. Nothing we need to do. We've already checked in at the visitor center. Nothing to stop for. But there is a day use box like a lot of state parks. Informational sign on the right. Or the Mountain World campground. Here's the general store. Six.
Six as well.
Welcome to the campground. It's a nice area back here. Campground host on our right. Of course, there's a FSX. I really was underwhelmed with the amount of, or the lack of space that was in it. Believe it or not. Campground's to the right. There's 72. We should be right up here on the left. I know we're supposed to.
Gosh, I think it's this one right here.
It's actually this one right here.
Ooh, smaller than I thought.
We'll be fine. Let's hang up on this left side. Looks like we're gonna have to off-road a little. Seems like a great idea anyway. And here we be.
I'm gonna go back up a little bit further.
Welcome to Site 69.
Nice. She's got in the car and I told her that. The first thing she said was, nice.
Yeah. My sister-in-law love it too.
After we set up camp, we got the dogs settled in. Brittany and Hunter got an amazing bow-tied pasta dish going, and we were in to relax for the night. Tomatoes, sausage, and lots of good cheese made for a full belly. As we were expecting rain, we set up the Easy Up canopy as a hub and positioned the doors to the tents to annex the Easy Up with the picnic table underneath. Little did we know that this was only the beginning of weather preparedness. We spent the evening catching up on all the life's happenings. We don't get to see each other as often as we like. Life tends to get in the way. Work definitely gets in the way. So, we enjoy the time we got to spend together. Gizmo is a spoiled hound, so he likes to dump his food over, but he found his spot and got settled in like the rest of us. Luke wandered around to explore the perimeter of the campsite. He tends to be the scout of the group. Dinner was served and it was absolutely delicious. We wound down the evening and enjoyed each other's company. We spent time telling old stories, laughing about new ones. We goofed around and laughed until it was time to turn in. This was the easiest part of the trip, and we had absolutely no idea what was in store for the next day. We woke up easy. I had a chance to make my coffee and enjoy a cup. But then chaos ensued, and in came the rain.
Well, this certainly became a different morning. Hunter's
sleeping, we're making breakfast, and I'm the only one out here in the trenches. In the trenches.
literal trench. So this is a bit of our handiwork. We've got to easy up with tarps coming down so that we can redirect some of this rain. This rain has been absolutely intense. And we kind of expected it, but we certainly presented ourselves with challenges. And then tarps on the backside, antenna. But it certainly has been a challenging morning after an easy morning of coffee. Dogs in the tent. Marsha's bailing water. So here we be.
Yeah, make sure the rest of the clothes will have to fill in. You'd be like, go back. No.
This is much better.
Alright, once this gets not dry, obviously, but once it gets not covered, we can look at actually just stacking some minus one. So, allowing you to towel things and you can
So we've truly created a tent city, as you can see. And it spans the entirety of our camp because of the amount of rain that we've gotten, which is very interesting. Here's my tent. Here's our door. And welcome to Tent City. Hunter and Brittany's tent. Please excuse the mess. We have to keep everything as dry as we possibly can. But look at this amazingness that is Tent City. Pretty dope.
At this point, we had to make the best of it all. Now that the camp wasn't flooding out, I pulled away to turn the ham radio on and do a quick park activation. I made 33 contacts in 40 minutes with poor conditions. Let's call that a win.
November 1, Japan Tango Kilo, I've got you 5959 coming into Kilo, 2914, 2914, QSL.
You're 2914. You're about 570 here southeast of Connecticut. The name is Jack, over.
Jack, thank you so much for the contact. Name here is Rich, Romeo India Charlie Hotel. Thank you so much for the contact in 7-3, my friend. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for coming back to me, Rick. Have a good rest of your day.
73, my friend. Kilo 4, Zulu Romeo Lima, QRZ.
Whiskey 5, Kilo Echo, Bravo.
Marcia and I split away for a little bit to go down to Pumpkin Town. She has a thing about pumpkins. However, we were sorely disappointed. The general store wasn't really a general store, more like the only diner in town with a mishmash of random items. and you could hear a record scratch when we walked in. And again, the Pumpkin Town Mountain Opry was closed, so we grabbed some supplies from the Ingalls and headed on back. The rain let up a little bit, so we tried to make the best of it. With some perseverance, Hunter and Brittany were able to keep a fire going. We spent most of the time hanging out under the tarps, tending to the fire. There was a lot of wet wood. There was also beer involved. I got some Juicy Lucy's on the grill and we had a great dinner. We hung out by the fire, got the board games out, and had a great time ushering the sun to sleep. It wasn't so easy the next morning, again.
So we're on day 3 of our Table Rock State Park excursion. Hunter has created a large network of a moat to make sure that we're draining out of our campsite. With my mini entrenching tool, feel like I need to upgrade there, but other than that, the campsite has stayed dry enough for us to enjoy. We've got 2 more days here, so we're gonna make the best of it. But anytime that you build a civilization, you have to make sure that you innovate. So our community building has evolved, and now we've built a retaining wall around where the unusable fire pit is. All because of this man's handiwork.
Alright, we just gassed up. Headed up to Sassafras Mountain to see what is what. It's been raining, so we haven't been able to do any of the cool walking trails that we initially thought we were going to do, but hopefully this will be a cool thing for us to explore in the trucks. This guy took forever, no, didn't he? That's fine, we'll take it. But yeah, there's a lookout up here. Obviously it says that you can't bring a tractor trailer up here, but it should be a pretty cool drive.
We took advantage and all got out to explore, starting with Sassafras Mountain.
Yeah, so these are some of the prettiest roads that I've seen in a long time. I've been up a bunch of the North Carolina mountains. Bless you, I've done Tail of the Dragon, and it's just always really pretty to find these little twisty roads. We're not hitting them hard. 25 miles, 30 miles an hour is enough that we can do with the Tacoma and in my Colorado with all the heavy equipment and stuff. But it's such a cool little windy road. It's fun because you feel almost like you're skiing uphill.
That's backwards.
Well, we got to go back down anyway, so it's going to feel like that on the way down too. But look at this beautiful country, man. It's great. It's awesome. Hey, how's the Blanco doing back there?
1 mile per gallon thing. Refilled from 19. Got lucky all the way down to 12.7.
That sounds about right. I don't even want to flip to mine and find out, but let's go ahead and say 12 makes a lot of sense.
Hey, that hill's coming down. I just got to 13.3, baby.
The Sassafras Mountain Road.
That's the one. Here we go.
Continue on Sassafras Mountain Road for 5 miles.
We made it up the mountain, but we couldn't see a thing, so headed back down.
Well, unfortunately, we had a closure up here, so it's not nice enough to go up the observation tower, but it's closed
turn
anyway.
right onto Sassafras Mountain Road.
So,
Take the next right onto Sassafras Mountain Road.
Caesar's head. But anyways, we're headed back down the hill and
Continue on
gonna
Sassafras
see
Mountain
if we
Road.
can't get.
Wow.
Look at this, man. This is freaking gorgeous. I don't care if we're in a neighborhood. He was probably like, I'm gonna set this house here. No one's ever gonna be here. And then everybody just decided to
No.
come and build.
He probably set it here knowing where he was
That's good.
and wanting to be close.
Look at this. This is freaking gorgeous.
Take the next left onto Waterfalls Road.
And then they live here, man. This is great. Look at this shit.
That sign said private drive,
In
no
1,000
waterfall.
feet,
No
your
waterfall.
destination will be on the right.
Right, man. Just couldn't imagine like being the one who lives here. Looks good.
Right. Up at the left is a road.
I don't know what it is either.
Come on, boys. Yep, look at all this. Get to walk through water. A lot of water. Come on, Gizmo. All right. Think this is Twin Falls, maybe? There's some water yonder.
This, in fact, was not Twin Falls. What we had in store was much prettier.
I'll fall in. Well, we're here at Twin Falls, and it's freaking gorgeous.
I should have put the other poncho on you.
Luke's going nuts. He's loving the nature. Totally worth the hike. From whence we came. It's a nice little covered area. So if you wanted to come and pack like a light cooler or something, you can take the hike. Enjoy the view. How quick this water's running through. That's awesome.
Brittany and Hunter wanted to relax at camp, so Marcia and I went out to explore. We went up to the Table Rock Lookout inside the park.
All right, well, we're staying at Table Rock State Park, so there is Table Rock. Pumpkin Town face.
Like I said, she loves pumpkins.
There's a little look at that. Starting to cloud over. We just got to see it. There's Table Rock.
And it's gone. That cloud cover came in real quick.
While we were in the area, we decided to take on Caesar's Head State Park. There's a whole bunch of state parks in this area, and this is one that I wanted to pass through and visit since it's right down the road. So I figured we'd take a shot at it. See, the windows are pretty fogged up. It's cold up here and rainy, but we're trying to make the best of it. So here we are. The roads are so gorgeous up here, and you can see so many of the different rock faces and mountains. So it's really, really cool to see.
We arrived at Caesar's Head State Park. Marcia and I have a goal to visit all 47 state parks in South Carolina, so we got our Ultimate Outsider stamp in our passbook while we were up here. Sad we couldn't see Caesar's Head though.
Here's Caesar's Head State Park, elevation 3,208. I'm gonna go a little bit off the beaten path here, see if we can't have a little fun. That's the water tower. I think I've gone rogue. I have gone rogue. You can't see shit. Well, this was supposed to be Caesar's Head. I'm gonna bust my ass on this rock face. Here was supposed to be the overlook, but it's hella foggy, man. This is what we're supposed to be able to see.
Coming down the hill, we stopped at Bald Rock Heritage Preserve.
Welcome to Bald Rock Heritage Preserve. Oh yeah. Gizmo decided to go through the forest and not the rock. Come on, kiddo. I'll give him some privacy. Really awesome. So this is where we came from. Trucks down the hill. And then, even with all of the cloud cover and fog, this is what you see. Yeah, kind of wish it were drier.
We took our obligatory selfies. Marcia minded the dog and stayed up the rock. Of course, I took an opportunity to get to the edge.
Man, it's raining and it sucks. This is freaking gorgeous.
We stopped at one more lookout to see Table Rock on the way back. The dogs were doing their best to stay dry. The next morning, the rain passed. We tried to stay cozy and warm. We got breakfast burritos on the grill and started to get the camp packed up. I think everyone was so excited to see the sun, including Gizmo. That hound loves sun and warmth.
Round 2 of Table Rock. It's not foggy, so that's kind of cool. You can see everything. There's Table Rock itself.
Brittany and Hunter hadn't seen Table Rock on the trip. I was excited to see it without the fog.
So Pumpkin Town face is over there. That makes this one happy.
Yes.
Obligatory selfies.
It was the happiest we had been, but it was also the end of the trip. Frustrations were high because of the cold and the rain, but the four of us were able to stick it out and make the best of it. It's tough when you look forward to a trip for so long, when you run into challenges, but if you like the folks you're with, you make it all work. So long, Table Rock, and thanks for all the fish. The park was beautiful. The company was the best. You never like to part ways with the folks you enjoy being with, but the real world calls an obligation. The drive was long. Traffic was a reminder that the vacay is over. But as we made the trek home, we had plenty of time to ponder. No matter what challenges you run into, you can adapt and overcome anything with your friends. The company that you keep charges you up to take on the world. And our tribe is special. We laugh, we cry, we get frustrated. We get excited about the little things. We are goofy, we are weird. We enjoy the outdoors. But most of all, we make the best of what we got. And that's us. Thank you for taking the time to follow our escapades at Table Rock State Park. We are Swamp Fox, Overland and Outdoor. Until the next adventure.